Have you ever imagined that one day, while you are busy chasing money, fame, and endless work, you suddenly realize that half of your life has already passed, and you have never truly lived? The story I'm about to share will make you shiver because it is not only the story of Michael, an American man, but it could also be your own story. Stay with me until the end, because you might discover that you are wasting more of your life than you ever thought. Michael was 42 years old, living in New York City. He was the director of a financial company, earning hundreds of thousands of dollars every year. To the outside world, he seemed to have it all: a big house, luxury cars, designer clothes, and lavish parties. But behind the glitter, Michael was always running against time. He woke up at 5 a.m., gulped down his coffee, rushed to the subway, and drowned himself in endless meetings. At night, his phone still buzzed. His inbox still overflowed. He hardly spent any time with his family. His 10-year-old son, every time seeing his father come home, would grab a basketball and say excitedly, "Dad, can we play today?" And every time Michael replied, "I'm too busy, maybe tomorrow." But tomorrow never came. One autumn morning, while sitting on the train to work, Michael felt a sudden sharp pain in his chest. His hands trembled, cold sweat dripped down his face. Passengers panicked, calling for help. When he opened his eyes, he found himself lying in a hospital bed, a doctor looking at him seriously. "Mr. Michael, you've just had a heart attack. If you keep living under this stress, the next one might kill you." The words struck him like a knife. Staring at the falling golden leaves outside the hospital window, Michael realized he had never truly lived. During his 3-month recovery, Michael finally had time to sit still. He watched his wife cook, listened to his son's laughter, sat on the porch to see the sunset. For the first time in years, life slowed down. One night, he opened his old journal from college, where he had once written, "My dream is to travel the world, play the guitar, and help people in need." But 20 years had passed. He had buried that dream under contracts, deadlines, and ambition. One evening, his son brought the basketball again. "Dad, will you play with me today?" This time, Michael smiled, put his phone aside, and said, "Yes, son, I promise." On the court, as he heard his son's laughter echoing in the night, Michael felt his heart beating like it hadn't in years. He suddenly knew this was what life was meant to be. After his recovery, Michael went back to his company, but not as the same man. He resigned from his director's chair, choosing instead to work part-time as a consultant. He wanted time, not titles. Together with his family, he drove across the country, from New York to California. They watched the Rocky Mountains, swam in the Miami beaches, ate apple pie in a small diner in Texas. At night, they sat by the campfire, playing guitar and singing under the stars. Michael also began volunteering at shelters for homeless children. He taught them about money, about dreams, about never giving up. When he saw their eyes light up with hope, he finally felt wealth in its truest sense. Not in dollars, but in hearts touched. One day, Michael met his old friend David, a colleague from his early career. David was still a wealthy businessman, busier than ever, with no time for his family. Over drinks, David sighed. "You're lucky you got out early. I can't stop running." A few months later, Michael heard David had died suddenly of a stroke. His funeral was grand, attended by thousands. But in one corner, David's son cried silently, "Dad never played with me, not even once." That moment hit Michael hard. He realized again, life is far too short to waste on things that don't matter. Michael's story is not just about him. It is a mirror for millions of us. We chase money, status, recognition, only to trade away the most precious moments with our families, our friends, ourselves. But remember this: life is short. Do not waste it on things unworthy of your time. Love more. Slow down. Treasure the small moments. Spend your days on what truly matters. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. By doing so, you might help someone else pause, reflect, and begin to truly live.